Welcome to the Courage to Be podcast. I am your host, Tania Vasallo. Let's talk about connections. How good are you at connecting with people? Do you consider yourself shy, introverted, extroverted? Is this something that you're great at? Or is it something that you just avoid like the plague? And when I'm talking about connections, today, right now in particular, I'm talking about in-person, face-to-face connections. I'm not talking about connections like following people on social media or likes and other things. So I ask you this because I run a local networking group, Santa Fe Hive, here in Santa Fe. And I also belong to many networking groups. And it's such an incredible way, especially as adults. I was talking today with one of the other participants at one of our lunches. She was saying I love this because it's like learning how to make friends with adults. So I ask you that question. How do you connect with other people and make new friends as an adult? Because I find that it's easier when you're in school, especially in college, right? In college, it was much easier to connect with other adults. I mean, kids really have it down. My daughter, I see her and she can talk up a storm with any other kid that she just knows. The other day we went for a walk and she got ahead of me. She was on the other side of the path and she's like, I'll meet you up at this area. And when I got to the area where she was at a mailbox with another, 5-year-old or 6-year-old kid. And I asked her, I'm like, did you know that kid? And she's like, no. He lives there and he wanted to show me his mailbox and that he had just recently painted it. And I just love how kids have that so easy, right? When we're kids, it's so much easier to connect. But as adults, it's not as easy. So my question to you is, how are you connecting? How are you making friends or even making time to connect with other people? And I'm going to give you a ninja move with this. The way I do when I go to networking groups or when I meet new people, I'm always thinking about how can I serve this person? What can I give to them? Who can I put them in contact with? What are they looking for right now? And this is such a great way to go to networking groups or when you're at a dinner party or you meet someone new. And I don't know how many of us go in with that intention. I've gone to many of these networking groups, like at the Chamber and other local networking groups. And what I see is a lot of people coming in, wanting to hand out their cards, their business cards, and then they just leave. It's like, that's not how friendships, collaborations, possible, clients or business owners work, So how do we connect? And a wonderful place to start from is, like I said, come from a place of giving versus taking. When I see these people going into those networking groups, like at the Chamber or other places, and they're just dropping off their cards, I guarantee you that the majority of them aren't getting business as easily. And that's not the best way to do it. As adults, whether you're invited to a party, whether you just met someone at the gym, whether you met the parents of other parents at your kid's school, wherever you're meeting other adults, here's my invitation for you. Next time you meet someone new, instead of thinking or judging, because we all go in that place too, we could talk about that part too, like maybe we meet someone for the first time and we're like already judging, passing judgment. I know I do it too, it's just a human nature where you're judging like, oh, how are they dressed? What are they doing? Like your mind starts going into all these different places. Here's what I want you to do. And this is a challenge for you, take it on for your next dinner party, for your next networking group, for your next, again, someone that you might just meet randomly at the gym or parents of your kids' friends. Here's a challenge, okay? Are you willing to take it on? And then let me know how it went. Come from a place of giving. When you meet them, ask them who they are, where they're from, what do they do? What are they passionate about? And start thinking of people that you could connect them with. When we were at the luncheon today, there were about 15 people I didn't know all of them well. I'd say maybe a quarter of that luncheon I knew better than others because I've seen them at other places and we've built relationship and friendship throughout these years. But 3/4 of that luncheon I didn't know deeply. So I asked them, I'm like, what are you looking for? Who are you trying to meet? What are you needing in your life right now? And as soon as they share those things, or as soon as they share what kind of business they're doing, or that they're brand new in Santa Fe, I start thinking of who can I put them in contact with? What resource can I give them? So you see, you're coming from a place of giving versus a place of taking. So just rethink that. Again, next time you're meeting new people in your life, if you want to build friendship, if you want to build possible collaborations, if you want to build a business, whatever it is, because you never know when it's going to come back to you. That's the thing. It might come back to you in a week. It might come back to you in the same day. Someone will pay it forward or not, but you will receive. It just might not be from the same person at that location. So if you're willing to take that on, go from a place of giving versus a place of taking. Until our next episode, have a fabulous time. If you loved today's episode, it would mean so much if you rate and review The Courage to Be on Apple Podcast. Not only does it help the show to grow, but it also gets you in the running for something amazing. Every month, I draw one lucky winner to receive a complimentary 7-night, 8-day vacation. You'll get to pick from over 3,000 beautiful resorts worldwide. You just cover the taxes and fees like you would with a travel rewards. Airfare is not included. And if you want to double your chances, along with your Apple Podcast review, leave a couple of comments on YouTube. That counts as a second entry. Just send your screenshots to help.thecouragetobe@gmail.com and you'll find the email in the show notes too. It only takes a moment, and who knows, your next adventure might be closer than you think. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on our next episode of the Courage to Be podcast.